doesn't seem to matter what you throw at the Avs, be it a COVID pause, playing for 2 months straight, injuries, 4-string goaltenders. They just keep rolling, no matter what happens. Avs win over the St. Louis Blues 4-2.
Oh my goodness gracious! Wasn't it time? Score! Justice is served!
Look, the Avs were without a key piece on their top line in Mikko Rantanen, and their top line still dominated St. Louis in this game, with Andrei Burakovsky stepping up for them. It wasn't the sheer domination that we've seen a lot of from the Avs this season, but it was an all-around good effort. The offense was very good to great. The defense, I would say, was not great, but good, and kind of the same thing for the goaltending. Doesn't necessarily matter who it is on any given night, but someone steps up, and the Avs just do what they have to do. Granted, things did not start great against St. Louis. Expected sloppiness in the first period from the Avs after nearly a week off, so that was no big surprise. The bigger issue is the penalty kill, which continues to be one of the few pain points for the Avs. First of all, they give up a post for another good one there, and it doesn't take long after that for the puck to actually go in the net. Good puck movement by St. Louis on this play. They start off along their near wall, but quickly move it up and down that wall, getting the Avs moving north-south before working it over to the far side. From there, it just kind of falls apart on the Avs defensively. Now keep in mind, this is Patrick Nemeth. The Avs just came off a COVID break, and this is his first actual game with the team. There's been no time to install systems. Perhaps a bit of a weird choice to put him on the PK, with him not knowing the systems other than when he was here, but that was 2 years ago, so a little bit of a mix-up here. It might not have been Nemeth's fault, it may be Graves' fault here, but Nemeth plays the puck carrier here, or I guess really the puck receiver, by taking away the pass down low to the man in front. The problem is, Graves plays the same man, so with both forwards out high, that leaves wide open space right in the slot. It's not even that hard of a pass to make. One touch into Schwartz, and the shot comes through and beats Dubnyk short side. The first was definitely the most Blues period of the game, relatively low event for the majority of it, and the Blues controlled a good amount of it. So the Avs didn't look great, and being down one after the first would have been decent for them. Not great, obviously, you never want to trail to St. Louis, that's their game, but you could live with it. Even then, the Avs would say no. They would get the job done to tie the game late in the first period. Just a bunch of hard work from the Avs' third line here. Timmins is going to take a shot from out high that's going to skitter wide, but the Avs are able to recover the rebound as Tyson Jost wins the race, gets a puck to Nichushkin. This kind of falls apart a little bit on the Avs as they do turn the puck over, but they just stay at work. Check out Tyson Jost with a ridiculous play here. Just skating back to cover. He recognizes a puck's about to get flipped, takes his hand off of his own stick, and bats this puck out of midair. I mean, that's a sweet reaction. Probably a bit of a guess, but still. Just to even think that that's a good idea. Incredible play to create a turnover. Then everyone on St. Louis panics. Everyone's watching the puck. Saad has all the room in the world. All that Jost has to do is get it to him, and he does. And Saad makes sure to finish for his boy. Look, the Avs' third line, when it's Tyson Jost and Brandon Saad on it, has quietly become incredibly productive. They're being very, very effective in the offensive end, and the Avs are just wicked dangerous, no matter who they put out as a forward line. The second period was more of what you would expect for the Avalanche. They've been incredible in that period all year long, and again, it wasn't greatness, but it was still good. Better than their opponent. If you want to talk about playoff hockey, special teams play a critical role. You don't necessarily have to win them, but you can't lose them. And the Avs even up the score early in the second period to flatten out that advantage. On the PP, Makar's initial shot is actually going to get blocked by a stick, but it takes a fortunate bounce and goes right to McKinnon. They maintain possession. They get it back to Makar. He's not going to make the same mistake twice. gets this shot all the way through all of the bodies. It does miss wide, ended up hitting off the backboards here. But notice the way the Avs have set up, with McKinnon and Makar pulling guys out high, Landeskog in the normal Rantanen spot. They're without Rantanen, so it's a bit of a weird setup. They have Burakovsky and Comfer on the top unit. They set up Comfer deep, low in the bumper spot, and Burakovsky net front. This gives them opportunities to create rebounds because they're going to have three guys crashing, while St. Louis has three in the area, getting a little bit messy there, but they're not quick enough to cover all the way down. As you're going to see, Comfer's going to get taken by the man in front, leaving Burakovsky essentially all alone. No one's going to close that gap that quickly as this springs off of the backboards very fast, and Burakovsky basically just gets to tap one in by being strong on his stick. Look, Burakovsky lately has very much just been that guy who's been in the right spot, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Moving up to the top line, watching McKinnon and Landeskog be the big guns, that's exactly what Berkey's there to do. It doesn't always have to be pretty, but it's nice when it is. After the Avs control most of the second period, things start to meander near the end. They get themselves into a little bit of penalty trouble while failing to capitalize on power plays earlier. It wasn't pretty, but the penalty kill showed up and got the job done for them, so it was fine. A 1-goal lead heading into the third period against a decent opponent. Good teams win these games, but these separate the men from the boys. There was definitely a little bit of clinch for the first half of the third period. The Blues are a hungry team. The Avs are a little bit depleted in many different ways, but in the end, it's the top line that comes through, and once again, Andrei Burakovsky as the fill-in is the guy to help finish the play. Superstars work hard too. McKinnon, the high man on the forecheck here on St. Louis, he just keeps the pressure on. And as this puck comes back, look, this is why you forecheck. Not always to force a mistake, but sometimes just to take advantage of one. Because the Blues fumble the puck and just fire it off into the corner here on accident. McKinnon is there and able to take advantage. Doesn't necessarily win the race, but is going to win the puck battle in the corner. And all of a sudden, Landeskog coming to support. The Avs have something going here. McKinnon, a great job to find the puck and get it to Landy. Landy already knows more help is coming. Burakovsky, the man on the top line tonight, coming down towards the far post. Landy makes the pass across, and Berkey, a nice one, but still kind of a tap-in. Even when the Avs are missing some of their top-end talent, they still just have more of it than a lot of teams do. The Blues felt that in a very real way in this game. The good news is the Avs got to 3, and 3 was enough to finish this hockey game. The bad news is the Avs absolutely needed all 3 of them just a couple minutes after they made it 3-1. Admittedly, a soft goal beats Dubnyk. So right here, it's going to end up being a 2-on-2 situation for the Avs defensively. Nothing too out of the ordinary, but you're going to see Liam O'Brien leaves the far side of the ice and for no apparent reason just kind of drifts towards the center. That leaves the entire far side of the ice wide open as both defenders here in Makar and Girard have committed to the 2 guys right in front of them. Go figure. With no one covering that backside, the pass comes across at the blue line and Makar has to scramble a little bit. Credit Belmar, he nearly got into the passing lane and intercepted it, but when it gets through, a lot of room to be had as Makar closes down. Even so, he closes down very well. The shot comes in from about the face-off dot. It's not a particularly good shot on the short side. Dubnyk gets a lot of it. It's a save he knows he should make, but it just trickles through him. Look, take that goal, and that's exactly why Devan Dubnyk is not a starter. It's pretty much that simple. But he still played well enough to give the Avs a win here. It's not even a chance. He made sure that the Avs did not relinquish the lead again once they took it. There was a little bit of squeaky bum time at the end, but it was not all that dangerous. Dubnyk made the saves he needed to make. The defense played well enough. The turnovers were relatively limited, and you get down to goalie pull time, and the Avs quickly take care of business, shooting in the empty netter. Landeskog and McKinnon, again, the top line involved in the game-sealing play. 18-1-2 in their last 21. I don't know what else you can really throw at this team besides removing significantly further portions of their lineup, which Please don't, hockey gods. All signs look really good. The Avs haven't even experienced their final form really yet, as Grubauer just came off the COVID list, and Rantanen and Donskoy shouldn't be all that far behind. Still waiting on Bowen Byram to get back to skating and back in the lineup as well. The Avs are good. They're gonna get better. They look like an absolute monstrosity to play against, and it's gonna be fun in the playoffs. Did I mention they clinched, by the way? Look, the fight for first place in the West is very real still. This is what the last 12 games of the season are going to be about for the Avalanche. But at the same time, between you and me, I don't care who the Avs have to play in the playoffs. They're going to come in. If they play their best hockey, they can win. Hello, editing Rudo here. You can't see me, but yes, I do know my lighting was a little bit messed up in this video. Hopefully should be getting a new camera soon, and my setup will get it all sorted out. So look forward to that soon-ish, hopefully.
Avalanche time, come on, grab your friends. We're going to the playoffs again with Nate the dog and Gabe the babe. The fun isn't over yet, it is Avalanche time.